Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Lola again. If you're new to my channel, I specialize in permanent makeup and all things beauty. So a lot of my videos revolve around tips, tricks, artistic side of things, and just in general business advice. Today's video is going to be all about the tips that I wish I knew and the things that I wish I knew before going into the permanent makeup industry or the beauty industry in general, because there's a lot of stuff that you learn along the way that no one tells you. But today's video is going to be more like a heart-to-heart between me and you guys, because there's a lot of things that a lot of permanent makeup artists won't share with you, or they're not real about, or they just don't want to really reveal. So today I'm going to be breaking a lot of those boundaries, sharing my experience. There's going to be 6 different things that I wish I knew prior to entering the industry. Number 6 is that it is hard to get clients in the beginning. A lot of people, when I teach them, they find, you know, okay, so I'm getting this course, I'm going to get this certificate, I'm just going to have people lining up, and then they go out into the real world and all the fun and happiness is done after the course, and then they realize no one's coming. There's nobody that wants to get their eyebrows done. I don't have any clients. This is not meant for me. I don't know why I even tried to do this. A lot of people don't realize that just because you're entering an industry and you're making yourself available to clients does not mean that they're gonna necessarily line up at the door for you. Put yourself in the shoes of other people. If you are truly somebody that is looking to get a service done, are you more likely to trust somebody who has little to no experience, or are you gonna go ahead with somebody that has more experience, has more reputation, years in the game, as opposed to someone like yourself? You may be a beginner, you have some experience or no experience at all. You shouldn't be surprised as to why people don't trust you in the beginning, but you shouldn't also be discouraged by this. So just because you don't have clients in the beginning does not mean that you're not going to be successful. Everyone started off somewhere, and for example, for me, I didn't even have any friends or family that wanted to help me kind of get the experience in the portfolio, but at the same time it worked out to my benefit because I ended up working extra hard to get random people that I had no personal relation to. And even though it wasn't the best experiences or the best people that I could have possibly had, it was still something, and it built my experience from there. As a beginner, what it takes for you to become successful is creating a small group of clients that are going to get the ball rolling. What I mean by this is you're going to have some people that you do along the way in the beginning part of your career that are going to be superstars for you. What I mean by superstars is that they're going to be a great referral source. So for me personally, I had 2 to 3 people in the very beginning part of my career that I did without realizing how much of a help they were going to be because of the amount of people they referred. The first 50 to 100 clients you have, there's going to be a few in there that just continue the ball for you. So especially as a beginner, if you're doing your first few clients from the first 10-20 people, treat everyone like they're royalty. You should obviously keep this going for all of your clients to come in the future as well, but especially in the beginning, you want to set a good image and a good experience for the client, and you will never really know who's going to end up being that superstar referral source for you. So back to my point, it just takes that small group of people to get the ball rolling for you, because once you build even a small amount of clientele, that clientele gives you portfolio to be able to portray onto your Instagram, to your social media, your website, and as well, that little group of people is going to have other people that they see, and those people are going to be interested in getting the service done, and then the people that they refer will also refer other people. So the ball kind of rolls itself at that point, but it just takes that small group of clientele that you may have a hard time finding. At the end of the day, you can't blame anyone. You don't have any experience. If you were the client, you would probably feel the same way, but this is why you have to work extra hard to get over that stump, to kind of just get that small bit of clients and then kind of let the work do itself later on. Don't get discouraged. It's okay if you find yourself in the industry, you just took a course or you've done a few people, but you don't feel confident enough. That's all right. It's one big and normal aspect of any business, is that you may not have clients in the beginning, and that's all right. Just keep on going. Do anything and everything that you can to get clients and leads from any source that you possibly can. Work really hard to get that small bit of clientele in the beginning, and watch the rest of it become easier as you go. I promise. Number 5, one thing that a lot of artists don't admit to themselves, and I think to other people as well, is that you will make mistakes. Whatever your craft is, you are going to mess up at some point. In my case, I do eyebrows mainly, and so I did make some mistakes. I did mess up some eyebrows in the beginning, and it was truly because I didn't know any better. It's gonna happen to you too. A lot of people have a really hard time admitting that they have made mistakes, or that they just did make a mistake. No one expects you to know everything. Just because you took a really good training, or think you know everything, or you've taught yourself everything, it does not prohibit you from making a mistake somewhere along the procedure or somewhere along your craft. And sometimes things just happen. It could be due to the client, it could be due to the mood that you were in that day. It doesn't matter. It happens to everybody. And so when you do end up making that mistake, the first thing you have to do is to admit it to yourself. A lot of times artists will be in denial of the mistakes they make. They'll blame it on the client, blame it on the circumstance. They'll pretty much victimize themselves in a lot of situations. You need to admit it first. Admit it, then accept it. Be okay with the fact that people make mistakes. Not everything's perfect all the time. I guess my main advice to you guys would be, it's okay to make mistakes. If you do make mistakes, admit them to yourself. The only mistake that you can make anytime after that is repeating that mistake, not learning from it, not taking it further to improve your skills and your experience. The one thing that I don't like to see about other artists is they're quick to point out other artists' mistakes and say, oh, this was a previously done hack job, or that wasn't done very well, and so I'm going to be covering it up with my magic today. Which is, it's okay. If you are good at what you do and you can help other people with previously messed up pieces, great, take pride in that. But don't take that opportunity to go ahead and bash somebody else, because at some point in time you have been or you will be that artist. As an industry, we need to have more mercy for each other and just accept that not everyone knows everything at every time. If you are one of those people and you have made mistakes, don't let it define you. Just keep going, learn from it and move on. Nobody told me in the beginning, so when I did have a couple of things that I did wrong, I didn't realize why I did them wrong at the time, but I would look back in them and just dwell on the fact that I could have done better. But the issue that I forgot here was that I didn't know I could have done better. I didn't know any better. So because of that, I put a lot of weight onto myself. In a way, it worked out really well for me because those mistakes kind of put me in a drive where I never wanted to make them again. As long as you are able to admit that you have or you will make mistakes, you'll be okay in any situation, because no matter what comes your way, you can just simply learn from it, improve, and move on. The next thing I want to talk about is you can't please everybody. When it comes to clients, a lot of people don't know that when you have certain clients, a lot of you may not know, or a lot of you may have realized that over time, some people are simply never happy. And what I mean by that is your client that you have, they'll receive a service from you and they'll complain about that service. You'll try to do your best to fix it, and then they'll come back, complain about that same thing or a new thing, and you'll try your best to fix it. Then they'll just keep coming back and they'll just keep complaining, and no matter what you really do for them, they never really are satisfied. This doesn't happen often, but a lot of times you don't realize when it's happening that some clients unfortunately will never really be happy due to the fact that they're probably insecure or unhappy about something else in their lives. In my case, if I'm doing someone's eyebrows and I'm providing whatever I can in my best ability, in my years of experience, if there is absolutely nothing left that I can do for that person, shape, color, adjustment, I know that at the end of the day, no matter what I do, they're never going to be happy. And this can happen to a certain extent. It's okay for clients to have opinions, say that, hey, I would like you to improve this and I would like you to improve that. There's typically a turning point where if I do satisfy the thing that you're asking me to satisfy, you should be able to say, all right, that's perfect, thank you so much, that's all I needed, and move on. I have come across clients before in the past where they just may simply not be happy with their own faces or in their own skin, or there could be something that's going on in their lives that they're waiting for you to fill that void with. When you do come across these clients, you just have to accept that you can't please everybody. You're just gonna have to sometimes cut the cord and say, in a professional way obviously, thank you for your interest, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to help you, but I know that I have done everything that I'm capable of, and I hope in the future that you may find an artist or somebody else that will fill your needs. I think it's best that we both part ways. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you very much, bye-bye. The reason why I say this is because sometimes you're just gonna have clients that you really can't satisfy, and you'll blame yourself for it, and you'll think, oh my god, am I doing something wrong? What is it? Like, why isn't this person happy? And you could have 100 happy clients, but if there's that one person complaining, or there's that one unsatisfied customer, that really brings you down. Even though you have 100 other people that are super happy and impressed with your work. We tend to focus on the bad and negative things of our lives, and so the same applies with our clients. Rest assured that those people, even if they go to the next person, they're gonna live the same thing with that next person anyway. Don't let it get to you. It's nothing personal towards you. Just keep your things civil with people. If there's a point where you're reaching where you're like, I have nothing else left to give this person, you just end it off in a more professional, civil, calm way and just say peace. Number 3. A lot of people aspire to become business owners and entrepreneurs because one of the main reasons is that you make your own hours. I'm here to tell you that that's a big fat lie. You don't make your own hours, your business makes your own hours, and depending on how much you care about your business, in my case, I cared a lot, and I think most business owners do. When you put your name on something and you have something to stand for, it pretty much consumes your mind 24/7. Get over this idea that you're gonna create your own hours and you're gonna have this set life where you can pretty much just divide and balance everything. And I don't think that this is a bad thing at all. I think that learning this part of my business is actually something that helped me grow a lot faster, as opposed to if I were to work for another company. Even though you may not always be doing the physical act of your job, you're still gonna be doing it on your phone, you're gonna be doing it on your laptop, you're gonna be doing it in your head, you're gonna be getting inspiration from it wherever you go. The idea that you make your own hours for your business is absolutely crap. It's not true. I also actually think this is a good thing because even though it's 24/7, I would rather work all day, all night, every day for something that I stand for, that I've labeled as my own, and I actually enjoy doing, versus working a 9-to-5 job in a job that I hate. Those are set hours. They're more balanced than 24/7, that's for sure. At the same time, it won't be something that I enjoy fully, and it's not going to be something that I'm working towards to make myself better. I actually think it's a good thing as a business owner that if you are devoting all of your time, thought, and energy into your business, it's going to grow that much more. Your business is whatever you put into it. If you put all of your time, your energy, your effort, and your inspiration, your imagination into it, it's gonna get bigger and better in so many ways. Let's think about vice versa. Let's imagine that you do want to venture off into a different career field and you want to open up your own shop doing something, whatever it might be, and you only want to do it during the times that you want to do it. So in other words, you want to set your own hours. You're limiting your business's growth. So don't see it as a bad thing. Even if your job is requiring you to be on it 24/7, it's a good thing. Whatever you put into it, you'll get out of it. And at some point, you may be able to hire people to help you out and make it easier to handle the time and the different tasks, but I don't think it ever becomes not fun because you put your own name on it. You're standing for it. Your income levels are unlimited, as opposed to a 9-to-5 job. You're set to a certain salary every year. You're doing somebody else's company's job, making that company better and grow. Although it may not necessarily be a bad thing to do that, in my personal opinion, I would rather work all day, all night, 24/7 for something that I stand for. Okay, so moving on to number 2, the second most important thing that no one ever tells you going into the industry, your job description is not going to be the craft that you're signing up for. So you might be thinking, what does this even mean? Here's how I'll explain it to you. You'll start to learn the craft and you may become really good at it, but you're also gonna do your company's marketing. You're gonna do your own inventory. You're gonna do your own research and development, PR. You're gonna have to do your own customer service. You're gonna have to do your own accounting. At the end of everything, when you look at it as a whole, your job is not just whatever the craft you're supposed to be doing. It's everything and that. It entails you growing your business, managing clients, getting your inventory, getting new supplies, keeping up with what's new in your industry, products. It's just so much more work than people actually make it seem to be. A lot of clients will come in, or a lot of students will come in and be like, oh my god, you must make so much money. Like, good for you, girl. That's like goals, dreams, inspiration. But what they don't realize when they say those comments is how much more work goes into it. And you only understand and realize this when you go ahead and try to do it yourself. It's almost like people are oblivious to the fact that you've built the business to be everything else that it is today, aside from obviously the craft and the skill that it requires. It's everything else in between that no one ever talks about and no one ever gives credit to. Or job description is going to require you to do everything and anything aside from the actual job that you're signing up for. The last thing that I want to talk to you guys about today, the one thing that I wish I knew before going into this industry or opening my own business, is that there's a feeling you get right before you do something really big for yourself. And that feeling is fear. It might be a little bit confused. If you find yourself in a position where you're just about to start a new career, you're about to add some aspect, you're about to extend it to something else that hasn't been before, and you're feeling scared, that scared feeling is the best thing in the world. If you're not scared of something, you're not growing. So when you are scared to take that big new decision, once you overcome it and you actually end up being successful and overcome that fear, you're gonna be so much stronger and a lot more experienced. What I mean is, when you're about to extend your business into something that it hasn't been before, you're gonna get that fear of, can I do it? I don't know if I can accomplish this. What if I fail? What if I'm not able to do this right? Take that feeling of fear and cherish it, because every time that I've personally had that, and I've said screw it, I'm gonna do it anyway, it has always ended up being the best decisions I've made for my business in general. So I think I want to end it off on that note. Don't be comfortable all the time. Staying in your comfort zone is not going to do anything for you. Okay guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. I'm sure if you're an experienced artist or you own your own business, you can kind of resonate with some of the things that I said today and kind of look back at it and chuckle on your own experiences. But if you're a beginner and you've never gone through any of these things before, I hope that my tips can help you in the future and you can kind of look back on them to see that you're not the only one. We have a lot of new stuff planned for this new year, and I'm going to try to have more and more heart-to-heart conversations with you guys like this. So stay tuned for more. You're gonna want to see what's coming next because I'm trying to make this channel into something that I've never seen before on YouTube. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.